Yes. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to today's masterclass, all about becoming a personal shopper. So I'm going to talk around a variety of different topics, but most importantly, talk to you about, how doing some training will really help you be able to shop much more quickly and efficiently, and be able to help potential clients go shopping, understand the clothes that they're buying, and you will be a fabulous guide for them along that journey. So without further ado, let's get going. And you're in the right place if you're the person that your family and friends always call if they need some help choosing some clothes or finding the right outfit for a particular occasion. You think you'd love to work as a personal shopper, either for yourself or alternatively, you could get a job working within a store, and you'd like to learn, just how to make shopping quicker, easier and fun. How good's that? Oops, go backwards. So hi, my name's Gail Morgan, and those are all my various initials after my name. I've done lots of, I'm one of only 5 people certified on both sides of the Atlantic to a high standard. I've been an image consultant and trainer for over 25 years, and working with both individuals and companies. I'm past president of the Federation of Image Professionals International, and I'm currently on the international board of the Association of Image Consultants International. I'm also an assessor for the City and Guilds Award in Image Consultancy, and I've got a retail background. I worked in shops on Saturdays or in the holidays, and I was a graduate management trainee with a retail company as well, but more about that later. And I've been privileged over the years to work in numerous women's wardrobes, helping them feel more confident about their clothes. I worked for John Lewis as a consultant fashion advisor for about 3 years in about 3 or 4 of their stores, which was a fantastic job. It had all the good bits of retail and none of the bad bits. So I would help clients and customers. I would run fashion shows. But I didn't have to do the staffing roster or open up the shop at some silly hour in the morning. So yes, it was fab. And I train people to join this amazing profession, whether it's as an image consultant, an image, or as a personal stylist or personal shopper, and to help you set up your own style businesses. Because I'm still passionate about doing this work. Even after 25 years, and still love the difference that I can make to people when they understand the clothes and the styles that work for them. Plus, I'm a wife and mum, and I've built my business around my kids. So this is my daughter's graduation this summer, and she's just going off to Australia now to do some travelling. Just a bit of housekeeping, so you're muted throughout the presentation, but if you have a question, then please type it into the right hand side of the screen, and it makes my life a lot easier if you do ask some questions. So please do as we go along, and I will stop at various points to answer those questions. So what we're going to discover today is how you can save time, money and stress when you're shopping. So, you'll learn some things just for you as well. Potentially how you could then train to become a personal shopper and a wardrobe wizard, and identify you might be able to use online shopping as within your business model as well, because obviously that is a massive part of the market now. And it's a good tool for us to use in our profession as well. And please make sure you stay right to the end, because you'll discover personal shopping is just one part of the style puzzle. And we're going to look at this in a bit more detail as I go through the training today. And I'm also, big news, discounting my online personal shopper course today just for a few days, and I'll be revealing all the details later, so please stay tuned. Just a little bit of background about me. My style decade, if you like, was the 1980s, which most people consider was the decade that style forgot. But we thought we were cool in our leg warmers and rah-rah skirts, and it was interesting times, that's for sure. But at the end of the 80s, my mum, I was lucky enough to join my mum when she had her colour analysis. So she was quite an early adopter because it was very new into the UK at that time. So it's probably about 1989, 88, something like that. And it just made a massive difference to how mum felt about her clothes and her wardrobe. Because she'd never been a confident dresser in the past, but now she had, a tool that would help her select colours and clothes that would work for her. And she was hooked, and it made us much closer because she kind of understood what I was doing. Because I, as I say, I'd always worked in fashion and retail, and it was fun. And I also learned about the colours that I thought would work for me as well, because we're very similar in colouring. So I kind of played around with some of these colours as well. So I decided to set up my business when I was pregnant with Tom. So you saw him earlier on, much bigger than he is there. So this was in 1992. And been working ever since, really, and worked around the kids, as I said. And I've moved 2 or 3 times since I started my business, but it is quite a flexible and movable business as well. So you can start again and find new clients in different areas. As I said, I worked in retail most of my life, and so I did my retail management training with CNA, which unfortunately is no longer in the UK, but is still in Europe. Which is a fantastic training program. I've worked in Marks and Spencer's, Miss Selfridge, and British Home Stores, which again does not seem to be in the UK anymore. And then, as I say, I worked as helped John Lewis set up their fashion advisory service, and worked in a number of their stores in the southeast for over a period of 3 years, which, as I said, was a fantastic training. So really what I'd like you to think about is what are your shopping experiences like? And then, you probably, as I said earlier, enjoy shopping. You like it. You don't mind going through lots and lots of shops and finding the right item. But even if you, in your experience, you've probably had good experiences, you've probably had bad situations, and possibly just indifferent. Think about what could retailers do better, and what's it going to be like as a customer or a client if they really don't understand clothes and fashion and style and fit and all those different elements. So, what we can do is just streamline that whole shopping process for a client, because most of my clients, I have to say, are overwhelmed with the amount of choice. We might be like, oh, like kids in a candy shop. For them, it's like, oh, just too much choice, just make it easy for me. So, that's really where we can make a massive, massive difference to our clients. That's really why people use personal shoppers, because we can make it faster, we can make it quicker, we can streamline the whole process, as I say, and speed through that shopping experience. And then there are 2 types of purchases that people make when they are doing personal shopping. So it's either going to be a wardrobe building kind of exercise where they're adding clothes to their existing wardrobe, or it's maybe they're choosing clothes for a special occasion. And, we can get involved in both sides of that. And so, that tends to be how the purchases kind of separate out when you're doing the personal shopping for a client. So to make the whole shopping experience much more effective and save time for the client, you need to get some background information about what they want, what sort of clothes do they want, is it for a special occasion or is it for their wardrobe? Because all of these questions will affect where you take them, what sort of stores you take them to, will make a difference. What are the colours and styles that they like? What are the styles that they've already got in their wardrobe? What's their size? What's their budget? So again, all of these elements are important because it will determine the shops that you take them to. It could determine the town you take them to, the shopping mall that you take them to, because there will be different types of shops and shopping malls that will possibly be better for them than others. So as I say, where and when to go shopping. So which shops, which shopping centre, what time of day. So I probably won't surprise you to say that it's the best time of day to go is early in the morning, and preferably not at the weekend, because that tends to be, the worst time you can go shopping would be something like 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, because it's just going to be heaving, it's going to be messy, and the staff are probably going to be at the end of their tether, so it's not a great time to go. Also, I wouldn't go shopping in sale time either, not if you wanting to get a nice clean kind of shop, because I don't mean that that the shop's not clean, but it's just that you want to get an easy shopping experience. Equally, what time of year? So as I say, not at sale time, but if you're looking, say, for a mother of the bride outfit and the wedding's going to be in June, well, you wouldn't try and buy an outfit in May, because you might be stuck and not be able to buy something. And so the best time to buy a summer mother of the bride outfit is probably sometime like March, because you're going to have the best choice at that point of time. Also, don't even try and buy a bikini in August, because the shops have already got the winter stock in. Crazy, I know, but that's the retail calendar for you. So you've got to think of those things when you're working for yourself and for clients. Think about where you're going to meet. I would always suggest meeting in a coffee shop, because you can, if one of you's late, then you're not just sat twiddling your thumbs. And which shops to start in. And so we talk about this a lot in the course, but generally you want to start somewhere where there's a good range of different types of stock. So whether that's a department store, or say a Marks and Spencer's in the UK, if that's going to be right for your client. But it might be a Zara, it might be H&M, it just depends, or it might be Selfridges. You just don't know, because it depends on your client. So, but you won't know that until you talk to them. Preparation, so this is for both of you. So I would say, be dressed appropriately, both for yourself and for your client, and look after you, so look like you've taken care of yourself. You will get better attention from the sales staff if you look well groomed as well. And for the client, make sure you suggest that she wears something that's easy to change in and out of, because there's nothing worse than having to fight through, lacing up your shoes every time, or doing up lots of buttons. So it's much, because they're going to be doing lots of taking their clothes on and off, so it's much easier to do that. And obviously I would advise them to wear the correct underwear for whatever it is that they're trying to buy. And if they need anything that needs matching up, then bring those items with them. So for example, if they are going to a special occasion, then there's a hat that they want, or there's a pair of shoes, then obviously bring those with them. And also having some snacks or some water is good for you to keep your energy up, but always schedule in some breaks as well, so that it's quite a tiring thing to do, both for yourself and for the client. You'll be running around choosing clothes, carrying the clothes around with you as well. So it's not for the faint-hearted. You do have to have a bit of stamina, so make sure you've taken in some protein before you start, and then you'd be good to go. So, one of the other things that we offer the client is that our ability to shrink the sales floor. So as I was saying earlier on, they're often overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stock available. And so if you can make that easier for them to find clothes, then again, everything's just is more simple and easy for them to follow. So what I do when I go shopping is I look at colour first, then style, then size. At the moment, probably people do that in a slightly different order. They might look at the style, they might look at the size, and then they might consider the colour. But if you eliminate things by colour first, it just means that you can eliminate things much more quickly. So look at colour, then style, then size. And as you wander around, you're probably going to pick up items that the client might never have picked up themselves. And usually that's the item that they love the most, and they're so pleased because they never would have considered it before. So once you've collected all your items together, then it's time to hit the fitting room. Now, I would say there is an etiquette to fitting room. You do have to work with the sales staff. Sometimes that can be a bit of a challenge, but they have their job to do, so work with them. But sort to garment type or to outfits so that your client is trying on, or this is for yourself as well, that there's some logic when you're trying things on. So that if you've got a mixture of trousers and skirts and tops, then try all the new tops on at the same time, so that you're not having to get changed in and out of things the whole time. If you are looking for outfits, then try on a whole outfit at the same time, so that you're not sort of missing bits there. And as a personal shopper, then what you're there is to help the client, really. So you want them to help them get dressed, take the clothes on and off the coat hangers, do up buttons and zips for them, and filter out the possibles, so that once they've tried on all those garments that you've chosen for them, they can have you've sifted through those, and you're left with some selection of garments that they like, that have got potential, and you've got rid of the things that aren't any good. You may then have to go around and have another look at the stock again to find different sizes, or to find something similar because it didn't quite fit right. But there is a process that you follow here, and you're whittling away the different items. But because you're there to help the client, then it's not that she has to get dressed and undressed all the time to go take things back to the sales, to the person on the fitting room door. And so it does become much easier for them. And you're also there to advise them on whether things look good or not, because you're not going to pressurize them into buying something, because you're not on commission, or you're not trying to make a sale like some people in the store might be. So you've got a much better kind of you can be much more neutral, let's put it that way. And then when you're helping the client to decide what to buy, you might have to talk to them about value versus cost. So that's kind of like the cost per wear. So if you're going to buy something and you're going to wear it and wear it and wear it, then it's probably worth the investment. But if it's a sort of very high fashion item that you may only wear a couple of times, then it might be, maybe it's not going to be such a good purchase. Equally, it might be for a special occasion, so they want to stand out, so they want something a bit unique. Then that's a different matter. So, there's no one right answer to that. It's just in their mind, you have to work out that value cost equation. As I said, I don't like taking people shopping in a sale, but things sometimes are on sale. And we've all been tempted by a sale bargain, I'm sure. But really, is it going to be a bargain if you have to find more items of clothes to go with it, because nothing else in your wardrobe would work with it? Is it that much of a bargain if you wouldn't have bought it at full price? There are some times when you really like something, but you think, oh, it's a bit expensive, I'm going to stalk it until it goes to sale or there's a discount. That's a slightly different thing to being tempted by something that's got a massive discount, mainly because it didn't suit anyone. And so that's why it's probably got the big discount. So always be a bit wary of sale bargains, especially if there's a lot of the same garment all on sale, because there must be a reason why that didn't work on most people's bodies anyway. So flexibility. So this is the power of three. So will it go with 3 items you've already got in your wardrobe? Could you wear it to 3 different events? Could it last you for 3 years? So this is, again, for an investment buy. And just be wary of fashion trends. I'm not saying don't do it. We can still look stylish and on trend without going to the extreme of fashion. But if you work in a very fashionable industry, maybe you want to do that. And it depends on the clients that you're working with as well, because if those are the types of clients you're working with, absolutely no problem. But then again, most of us don't work with those people. We work with people who just want to make the most of their wardrobe. And so, you might be, if you were too extreme on the fashion element, it might put, those sort of people off. So just be wary of that as well. So as I said before, we've got the option of online shopping now, which is fantastic, which helps us to be able to shop for our clients, do research beforehand as well, which is really fantastic. So there's a brand that you're not sure about, you can do a bit of research beforehand. Again, if you know a lot about what your client's needs and wants. But the same principles will apply. So you want to choose by colour, by style, and then size. But I would say to ease the overwhelm, then just look on a few sites and use the filters as well, because you can often filter. So you can look for black trousers or something like that, or navy trousers or a navy dress or a pink dress or brown shoes, whatever it is. You can often filter that on your online shopping, and it will just give you some ideas. It could give the client some ideas as well. But there's lots of other elements you can use with online shopping, but it's a very, very useful resource that we can use with our clients. So any questions so far? Let me just double check what's come through. 2 seconds, let me just see. I'll click on the thing here. No, that all looks good. Oh, that sounds, oh, right, yes. Tracy says, oh yeah, I'd never thought about using the fitting room. Yeah, so you have to make friends with those fitting room ladies, but also, as you said, yes, it definitely helps not having to get changed every time you want to swap over your the garments. So having a friend, even if you go yourself and you just have a runner, then that makes it an awful lot easier when you go shopping, if someone can do that for you. But as I say, as a shopper, you'll be there doing that for the clients and helping them. And and Sarah says, yeah, I like the idea of doing the prep beforehand, so you know where you're going. And it really does help. You're not wandering aimlessly around. You've got a plan of campaign, and what you're looking for. So yeah, it does make a massive difference to do that planning beforehand. So benefits of personal shopping, and this is basically why the clients love us. We can be speedy, we can make it simple, and we can make it fun. As I said, normally it's like something to be endured, and they want to get it over and done with as quickly as possible. But if you can make it fun and speedy, then actually they'll love it. And I'll have clients coming back all the time, and they say to me, why would I shop any other way? Literally, I can come out with you 3 or 4 times a year, buy up everything I need, and then I don't have to shop. And they really, as I say, for them, shopping is not a leisure activity. Then it frees up their time to do the things that they love, knowing that they've got clothes to support them in and everything that they do. So personal shopping is rewarding for us, both from an internal point of view and a financial point of view. It's very rewarding to see that that difference we can make in the confidence of our clients, and it's enlightening when they see that as well, and that they love it. And so, from that, we then, as I say, have the opportunities to build repeat business, because they'll want to keep coming back to see us. Okay, so I'm going to talk, as I said, I would talk to you a little bit about the Personal Shopper course. So the Personal Shopper course covers all of these elements, which I'm going to go to in a bit more detail in a moment. But as you can see, actually, the personal shopping bit of it is towards the end of the course, which you might think is a bit strange. But actually, I think, you need to have the knowledge of the other elements before you can really effectively take someone shopping. So you know the sort of body shapes they are, the colours that suit them, or this colour direction that they are, the types of accessories that might work for them, underwear and swimwear, how that should fit properly. That will then help you to organise their wardrobe. So you can set up your business to do wardrobe management and personal shopping. It doesn't just have to be personal shopping. So you can go round to their house and sort through their clothes and organise their wardrobe, so that then you can take them shopping to fill the gaps and know what they need. And then we look a little bit about grooming as well and the finishing touches. And then obviously we want to help you find those clients that you're going to be able to work with. So there's a whole section on finding your ideal client. So the course is all online. It's got 9 steps or chapters, and there's a couple of bonuses in there as well. And there's just loads of training and ideas and guidance to help you to understand your client, both their mindset and their body, because sometimes going shopping is mindset, it's not just body. And then building the foundations of a successful business. So just to whiz through a few of the things that we cover in each of the elements. So it's all about discovering their style, creating empathy and asking questions, even discovering their image demons, which sounds very in-depth, but it's amazing, doing a little bit on the psychology of style as to, what puts them off and what stops them dressing in the way that they like. Because, I think that, dressing should be fun. It should be like this girl getting dressed up, what it was like when we used to get dressed up as kids with the feather boa and our mum's high heels. That sort of thing is absolutely key. And then we can create their style personality. We can create their sort of almost personal brand, so that shopping and dressing just becomes that much easier. Step 2 is all about colour. So looking at colour theory, looking at the colour characteristics and colour palettes, looking at colour psychology and how that can impact what we wear. And then focusing on the importance of neutral colours, because they are the building blocks of a wardrobe. And often what we have to focus on when we're shopping to make sure that the client has these neutral colours in their wardrobes, because when you actually go and sort someone's wardrobe out, you'll often find that it's full of what I call orphans. So there's a lot of clothes in there that just don't go with anything else. And they're the things that kind of just stick, and clients just really don't know what to do with them. Obviously, we need to look at body shapes as well to have an appreciation of the styles and the garments and the fabrics and the patterns that are going to suit each shape. So, everyone's going to have different figure characteristics, and it's really about understanding how to dress these flatteringly. We'll look at accessories, how important they are, and how to select the right accessories, looking at scale and proportion, and just a few tips on how to add interest to any outfit. But you'll find that a lot of clients are really woefully under accessorized, so it's about how to persuade them or include those accessories into their wardrobe. Love this picture. So this is all underwear and swimwear. Nothing's going to look great if you haven't got the right foundation garments on, and so there's a whole section on how to select the right size bra, and then how to choose the right knickers and swimwear as well for your clients and for yourself, because that's always important as well. And then chapter 6 is all about wardrobe management, how to do it, what to keep, what to ditch, how to declutter, how to organize a client's wardrobe, how to create new outfits for them, and then do that and create that elusive capsule wardrobe. And finally, we come to shopping. Yeah, so you see, it's not just about launching straight into the shops. We've got a lot of work to do beforehand, so you can make that much, much quicker. So we go into a bit more depth about how to structure your shopping session, a bit more about the brands and stores that would be perfect for your client, and then how to get them coming back for more and more. And then step 8 is all about the finishing touches. As I said, it's the importance of grooming and hair and makeup and nails, and looking after their clothes once they've got them as well, so that they always make the right first impression, any impression really, but they always look good and feel good in their clothes. And then chapter 9 is all about finding your clients. So if you're going to create a business, you need to know how to find those clients, because you could be the best shopper in the world, but if you haven't got anyone to shop with, then it's not much use. So we cover all sorts of elements within that section, but it's about time management, pricing, and social media, and even a bit on websites. So really they're quite in-depth information about really where to get started on marketing and building your business. So hang on, let me just have a gulp of water. what you're going to get on the course. It's going to give you focus, simplicity. It's going to give you help with the structure of how to work with a client, and it's going to give you the opportunities to start your own style business. It could be that you can add shopping skills to your existing business or find work as an in-store shopper as well. And the training works, you receive 1 chapter a week so that you've got time to work through the information, complete any of the exercises, maybe do some research or work with model clients. But I usually say it's a couple of hours a week that you need to kind of allow for doing that research and everything, and doing the training. So normally the personal shopper course, the coaching calls are monthly, but because we're doing this special promotion over the next couple of days, they will be fortnightly until sort of February time. And so you'll get them. So it'll be with me and with other trainees. And so it's going to give you accountability. It's going to give you a chance to talk to me as you go through the training. And so the course is ideal if you've been wanting to learn more about the image industry and become an expert shopper and wardrobe organizer. So I have over 30 years of style and retail experience to share. And once you've joined the program, I'll continue to add more information as the course develops and as your business grows. And I've made plenty of mistakes, so I'll let you learn from me rather than make them yourself. Okay, so the big nugget. So the normal price, and it's been selling for the past couple of years at £500 for this course, which, you know, when you think about it, you're giving the ability to start a new business and really learn the backbone of everything you need to know to do that. But I am moving all my courses onto a new online training platform in the new year. And so I'm heavily discounting this course and taking it away until sort of probably towards the end of January. So if you'd like to take the opportunity to jump on board until Sunday, so it's only this Sunday, so you've only got a couple of days. So Sunday the 10th of December, it's reduced to just £200. So that's actually a 60% discount. Even with my maths, I can work that one out. But don't worry, you're not going to, you will still get access to the new platform once it's all finished. So you'll have the benefits of both worlds, really. So you can get started now at the discounted price, keep on going, and you'll still have access to the new platform once you're ready to go. And the price is only available until Sunday, as I said. You get the first chapter on receipt of payment, and then we release 1 chapter every week after that, so you don't have to wait around to get started. The fortnightly coaching calls, I had one last night, so the next one's going to be on the 19th of December, and that's going to be at 1 p.m. Most of the calls are usually at 7 p.m. actually, but I have to be out that evening, so it'll be at 1 p.m. on that day. Plus, as this is a major one as well, if you decide to do any further training with me in the future, so if you decide that you want to do the image professional course or the personal stylist course, I'll take that £200 that you've paid off the price of those courses. So pretty much a no-brainer, I would say. But if you want to find out any more details, then pop along to the webpage listed below to find out more information. Ooh, hang on. I'll go right back to the, sorry, let me just stop. Flick through it all again just so you can see. Woohoo! And just leave that page up there so you've got that. So any questions whilst I've been faffing about there? You can I can see some people have put some questions in there. I think Katie must have asked that before I just talked. So if I want to start this course, can I add more training in the future? Yep, absolutely. As I've just said, you can do that, no problem at all. And, if you just want to do one of the other modules or something like that, again, there'd be discounts off that. Once you're in the system, then I usually offer at least a 10% discount off another course. So, you can see that that's there. Sarah says, can I pay by instalments? Not really for this offer, because it's such a good offer. It's really just for the next 4 days, 4 or 5 days. So it is just one-off price. Judy says, will there be a certificate? Yeah, absolutely. So the course is, it's based around a lot of the topics that I talk around in the certified courses, which is the Image Professional and Personal Stylist course. So obviously all the information there is very similar, and so that's all been certified, and so you would get a certificate at the end of the course, and once you've completed a couple of assignments. Happy for you to have one of those as well. Could I get a job in a department store as a personal shopper following the completion of the course? Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why not. I obviously can't guarantee that you'd get a job, but you would stand in very good stead, because you would have done a course which most of the other applicants probably wouldn't have been anywhere near. So you'd stand in really good stead with that. And oh yeah, what happens if I can't make one of the calls? No problem, they'll all be recorded, and I'll send you a link to the recording afterwards. So, and if you've got any questions you want me to answer on the call, then just email me beforehand and I will answer them on the call. So that's no problem. And oh yes, that's a good question. How much can I expect to earn? Well, I mean, that does depend, as with lots of these things. If you work within a store, then obviously you'd be paid whatever their going rate is. But as a private and as a personal shopper and a business, then it does depend on where you are. So say in this country, if you are in a smaller town or area, then it's probably going to be about £30 an hour. But if you're in London, it could be over £100 an hour. So you could make your money back really, really quickly, just depending on where you are in the country. And obviously that will be similar in other countries around the world as well. Probably in the major cities, you would obviously earn more money or be able to charge more money than you would do if you were in the country. Okay, so I think that's it. Sorry for all the doorbell ringings that are going on as we're doing this, but it's a busy time of year. Anyway, so any other questions? Can't see any more. Thank you for being here today, and I hope to hear from you soon. So any questions, then just email me or give me a call, and I will be happy to answer, and I hope to see you on the Personal Shopper course very, very soon. Okay, bye for now.